A famous poem called the Iliad depicted an epic war between the Greeks and the Trojans. This poem was by a well-renowned Greek writer named Homer. This 10-year-long war took place roughly 500 years before Homer lived. It all started up on Mount Olympus. Hera threw a party and invited all of the gods, except Spite, because she caused arguments and created misery everywhere she went. Spite appears in the feast and throws a golden apple that says "for the most beautiful" into the middle of the party. This caused a catastrophic argument between Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, each goddess claiming that the apple was for them. Zeus grew tired of the continuous arguing between each goddess and sent the goddesses to Paris, who is known for his good judgment.
Zeus commands you to choose which one of us is the most beautiful goddess. If you pick me, then I will give you as much power on earth as Zeus as in heaven.
If you pick me, then I will make you the wisest man in the world and the winner of every battle. If you pick me, then you shall have Helen, wife of King Menelaus, and daughter of Zeus. She is as beautiful as I am.
If I get power, then people will be asking me for favors. I'm too lazy. Who needs wisdom? Helen is so beautiful. I choose Aphrodite.
Aphrodite puts a spell on Helen that makes her fall in love with Paris. Paris goes to Sparta and ends up taking home more than he came with.
Come, my love, we sail for Troy, where we shall live happily ever after.
But happy endings only exist in fairy tales, not myths. The furious King Menelaus built a Greek army consisting of 1,013 ships, which included two great warriors named Odysseus and Achilles. He stormed off to Troy to rescue his wife.
Day after day, week after week, and year after year, the war wages on. 10 years later, the result is the same. The Greeks are unable to defeat the Trojans, and the Trojans are unable to drive the Greeks back. One day in the Greek camp, Agamemnon had captured a slave girl from Troy and refused to give it back. Because of this, the gods sent a plague to the Greek camp to sicken the Greek army. So Achilles and Agamemnon, being great heroes, discussed these problems as great heroes should. "Give the girl back, you daft old bat! Our men are dying of the plague."
Our men are dying of boredom. It has been 10 years and you still haven't defeated that pathetic Paris.
Me? Me? I'm not the leader, you are.
But you are the great hero Achilles. Why don't you do some heroics and defeat that twit?
I need my men, and they're busy dying from the plague that was caused by you.
I will give her back if you give your slave girl back too.
Mine? Keep her out of it.
It's only fair. I'm losing mine, then you have to lose yours.
Fine, but don't expect me to help you in the next fight, because I'm packing up my tent and leaving.
You can't do that. We will be crushed.
Tell someone who cares.
Greeks retreat due to the loss of Achilles.
Hey, wait up! Ah!
Proclus, you are Achilles' best friend. Can you convince him to come back?
I tried, but he firmly refused.
Then we are doomed.
Not really. I have an idea.
What is it? I could borrow Achilles' armor and go onto the battlefield. Then they will think Achilles has come back and run away.
That's a great idea. Achilles, at last we meet. I have waited 9 years for this. Who? Achilles. Are you not Achilles?
Yeah, I am. But why aren't you running away? You're supposed to be scared of me.
I'm not scared of you. In fact, I'm going to kill you.
If this is the case, then I'm not Achilles. I'm a fraud, a fake, and a phony.
And you're a dead man.
Have you no mercy?
Nope.
Have you no glasses? Can't you see that I'm not Achilles, but I'm Patroclus?
Oh darn. Couldn't you have said that earlier? Well, sorry about that. Have a nice funeral. Whoosh!
There is no use in crying over what has already happened. You must gain closure and move on. Why don't you avenge your friend? It will make you feel better and it will help to end this war faster. I will ask the god Hephaestus to make you new armor.
What if I die in the attempt to kill that blasted Hector?
It is very unlikely for you to die because when you were born, I dipped you in the river Styx by the heel. And this means that the only way you can possibly be hurt is if you get hit in the heel, and that isn't very likely now, is it?
No, Mom. It is indeed very unlikely. Okay, fine. I will go defeat that nasty Hector for killing my best friend. And so Achilles joined the battlefield with his new armor to meet Hector. Ah! You Hector? Yeah, but who are you? I am Achilles. Look how strong I am. I could even beat the gods. Meanwhile, Paris had seen Achilles, and he drew a poisoned arrow.
I can kill Achilles. He's a big man. I can't possibly miss. Let me go for the back. It will give me the best chance of hitting him.
Ah! How did the poisoned arrow hit Achilles' only weak spot and kill him? It hit his only weak spot because Apollo, the god of archery, made the arrow hit Achilles' heel. Apollo did this because Achilles boasted about being better than the gods. Before Paris could even celebrate, a Greek archer saw him and killed him. Odysseus of the Greek camp had come up with a brilliant idea, an idea that could win the war. When all was ready, he put his plan into effect. The next day, the Trojans noticed that the Greeks were gone and that all was left on the battlefield was a wooden horse. That night, the Greeks' plan really unraveled. Soldiers came out of the wooden horse and opened the gates for the rest of the army to come in. The rest of the army had fooled the Trojans by making them think that the Greeks had left, but at nightfall they reappeared. The entire army, now inside the castle with the element of surprise, completely demolished Troy.
course, none were left alive. Greeks win and set sail for home with Helen, whose spell from Aphrodite had worn off.